When I was a kid, I told my teacher that I wanted to be a heart surgeon when I grew up, and I said that because my grandma told me that your heart is where your soul lives, and I wanted to fix people's souls. So as a young kid, I sort of had a bigger grasp on life than maybe young kids have, and I still to this day want to fix people's souls. My name is NeviaChiclacos, and I'm here to tell you why business rules are made to be broken. You know, when you're born and you learn to communicate, you're told to do things a certain way, go to school, become a professional athlete, become a doctor, get a degree, third degree. I decided to do things a little bit differently and take things in my own hands. When I was a kid, my family, they immigrated here from Italy and they didn't finish school. They opened some restaurants, they failed, they opened another restaurant. So growing up, that's what I thought I was going to do, is not finish school and open a restaurant. I became the first person to graduate from high school, the only female to graduate from college, and the only person in my entire large Italian family to graduate with my master's degree. You may be wondering how I broke the rules, and I was born with a single mother and we had no money and we moved around a lot. And statistically, I'm supposed to be the child that fails, the kid that is troubled, that gets in a lot of trouble, maybe does some bad things and goes to jail. So I never had school handed to me. Things weren't easy. I always had to fight my way through. I went to 2 different elementary schools, 1 middle school, and 3 different high schools by the time I graduated. My mom, she stood behind me the whole way, but she was the only one working 2 jobs, sometimes till 2, 3, and 4 in the morning, so I didn't see her much. And I always needed to push myself because I didn't have anybody else pushing me. I didn't have someone holding my hand, telling me to go to class, telling me to do my homework. I just had to do it all on my own, and I did it with a vengeance because I ended up graduating with honors in high school. I worked full-time in college, and I graduated with a high GPA in college as well, and I'm graduating cum laude with my MBA. You know, pushing myself is something that's second nature. Being successful is a passion. It's innate. It's not something that I was told I had to do. It's something that I knew I was going to do. There were plenty of times that I wanted to quit. I thought I had no other option but to just give up and do something differently, and then I just didn't. There's no question in me. I have to succeed. For me, for my family, for my mother, for my future children. There was no question. In 2009, I was laying on my deathbed and they told me I shouldn't have lived that day, that hour, and so I decided to survive the entire thing. And then they told me I had asthma and I couldn't run, so I decided to run a half marathon, and I thought that wasn't enough, so I ran another half marathon, just so I can set an example for everybody who has asthma, for everybody who has medical problems, that they can do whatever they put their minds to, no matter what the problem or barrier it is to accomplishing it. So I went to college, wanted to be a doctor, and then a personal trainer. So 4.5 years later, I graduated with a degree in health promotion, and I loved every single minute of it, but I loved business. I went off to do sales, where I was the top salesperson in the first week, and then I made the #1 salesperson overall in the history of the company in my first year, and decided business, that's where I need to be. So I went in and decided to get my master's degree, and I entered into Regis University, where I got an MBA in marketing, and I have excelled and graduated with honors there too. So you know a little bit about my history and you're wondering, why do you care, or why should you hire me? And honestly, I have so much passion, so much will, and so much drive that anything in the world, any business problem, any life problem could come to me, and I'm very confident that I'd be able to conquer it, beat it, and even exceed expectations, both from your perspective and my perspective. I am willing to learn and develop any talent that I might need to get the job done, and I'm an all-around, high dignity, high integrity employee.